Content warning. This video is going to deal with domestic abuse allegations, emotional abuse allegations, and allegations of grooming. And also, in general, the subject of this video is quite irritating, so consider yourself content warned. Well, you've seen the thumbnail, you know who this video is about, and I feel like an explanation is probably in order. If you don't know who J-Station is, I henceforth award you the Normal Person Award. You're a normal person, and I'm very sorry to expose you to this extremely online garbage. 3 things right off the bat. Number 1, J-Station is a fucking scumbag. I'm not going to defend or attempt to excuse any of the shit he has done. If anything I say sounds like that, please understand it is not. Number 2, I'm not just going to list off a train of events and revel in the glory of influencer drama. The point of this video is not to simply point and laugh at Jay. Plenty of people have already made fun videos like that, but I want to point and laugh and learn. Number 3, while Jay is responsible for his actions, YouTube as a platform created the conditions that made people like him inevitable. And they did so because in the absence of oversight, that's just how corporations fuck everyone over and make everything worse. I wanted to make all of that clear off the bat because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I don't want you to think I'm just making a drama video about some asshole. I'm making a drama video about some asshole for a reason. With that out of the way, I should get down to the grim business of explaining who exactly this chuckle dick even is. J-Station is a YouTube tapeworm who first got famous for a series of 3 a.m. challenges, wherein he pretends to do something very spooky at 3 a.m. and gets chased around by ghouls. Some examples include Possessed Doll 3 a.m. challenge in haunted jail, one-man hide-and-seek with scary doll gone wrong. Calling the devil, calling 666 at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. challenge, calling 666 666 6666. Do not wear a haunted voodoo mask at 3 a.m. Haunted voodoo spirit mask at 3 a.m. challenge gone Disturbing. Wrong. Do not summon your doppelganger dark twin at 3 a.m. challenge, summoning a demon. And who could forget my favorite? Actually worked. Calling Jesus on FaceTime at 3 a.m. What happens when you call 1-888-888-888? Also, in that video, the number isn't all 8s, it's all 7s, which makes more sense. 7 is the holy number, not 8. And I think that the reason he made it all 8s in the title is so that people would comment, haha, you made a mistake. And then all those comments would boost him in the algorithm. I think that's why he did that. Also, the metaphysics of the J-Station cinematic universe are real weird, because he's also talked to God and baby Jesus, and of course, Frog Jesus. They had to call Frog Jesus because Kermit the Frog, who's a recurring character, got killed by an evil goblin or something, so they had to get him resurrected by Frog Jesus.
What's the number again?
1-800-FROG-JESUS!
1-800-FROG-JESUS, guys. There's no way this is gonna work.
Yes, it is!
No.
Guys, I just put it in the phone and look what it came up as, guys. That's his profile picture. It says Frog Jesus.
So, a few things are probably jumping out at you right now. You're probably thinking, holy shit, this guy is so annoying. Or maybe, holy shit, this guy says guys way too much. Or maybe you're thinking, holy shit, ThoughtSlime has lost his fucking mind and is going to try to do some sort of serious analysis involving videos made for literal infants. And all of that is true. But you know what jumps out at me when I watch J-Station's content? He's actually kind of talented, in my opinion. And I should definitely explain what I mean, because he certainly doesn't seem talented. I think a lot of people look at J-Station's videos as though these videos are meant to be seen as real, and they're meant to be tricking kids, and obviously nobody would believe any of the stuff in the video, so it seems like he's doing a real bad job, but I don't think they're meant to be that. Like, I don't think anybody would think you could trick children into thinking there's a frog Jesus, for example. I know why he got this reputation, and I'll get into that later, but when I watch his videos and when I put myself in the mind of the children he's targeting to watch his videos, I get it. I get why they watch them. The videos are spooky from a child's perspective, but lighthearted enough and clearly bullshit enough that it never feels too scary. And the logic of these videos taps into a child's understanding of the world, where sure, you can buy monsters off the dark web, why not? Sure, you can call God on FaceTime, but you have to have his phone number. Sure, if you mention cats to Mickey Mouse, who's real, he'll go berserk and try to kill you because he's a mouse, and mice don't like cats. Also, Mickey Mouse only answers his phone at 3 a.m.
Mickey, do you like cats?
I'm a mouse. I do not like cats.
Whoa. Everybody better like and subscribe before I get to your house.
Oh my god, guys, smash the like button right now.
That's not all that different from your standard Goosebumps premise. You see, there's a cursed sponge in the kitchen. If you buy Monster Blood Potion, it's going to make you or your hamster a giant. This is no ordinary cuckoo clock. It's the cuckoo clock of doom. Matter of fact, some of Jay's work is just directly lifted from Goosebumps. He's got a haunted mask stuck on his face, like in that there Goosebumps book.
I can't get it off. What the fuck? Yo, Aiko, this thing is stuck on me.
And also, he has a few videos featuring Slappy the Dummy from Goosebumps, except it's a cheap doll of him. When kids watch these videos, they don't believe it. They might say they do in the comments, but they're just playing. Because it's fun to pretend like this guy can summon demons and then they chase him around. Or the elf on a shelf he bought at Target is evil and it's full of diamonds and glitter. It's just imagination. I think that side of his content is actually kind of cute. He's good at keeping a kid's attention. He's good at taking some shit he bought at Walmart and making a ghost story out of it. I mean, sure, the stories are really simple, difficult to believe, and silly, but they're for kids. Who cares? In a better world, he could use all of this to be just a harmless children's entertainer, someone who makes silly videos about haunted toys, and that'd be that. But if you're an adult and you're familiar with him, it's probably for a way shittier reason. He's done some absolutely heinous shit. On the days that rappers XXXTentacion and Mac Miller died, and shortly after the game streamer Etika committed suicide, Jay made videos where he pretended to summon their spirits with a Ouija board. And that kind of throws a stink on his other videos, like beyond the exploitation of the recently dead for clicks and beyond the disrespect paid to these real human beings. Kind of feels harder to see him calling the evil tooth fairy and then see that as silly fun because now there are real dead people involved. Don't worry though, his worst days are still ahead of him, because if that wasn't bad enough, and it was absolutely bad enough, if that was all, it'd be bad enough. But a couple of weeks ago, Jay faked the death of his girlfriend to promote his second YouTube channel. He claimed she had been hit by a drunk driver and killed. He even went to visit a fake roadside memorial that he had set up for her. She had not been. She's very much alive. And this was not a fictional girlfriend, by the way. This is his real-life girlfriend, who his audience was familiar with. To what end, you might ask?
Her dream was just to get 1 million subscribers, and we were so close to doing that, guys. After talking with her parents, we both agreed that I should post the remainder videos that we filmed for that channel on that channel.
Then once the whole scheme was revealed, it came to light that Jay was allegedly abusive to his ex-girlfriend and had been charged with assaulting her. Since then, all sorts of allegations have been made against him, including that he once flew to the US to spend the night with an underage fan who stayed up all night because she was afraid if she didn't, he would, quote, try something. And actually, if you look a little deeper at his content beyond all the silly haunted toys, it kind of jumps out at you that he's, well, one time he pretended to buy a gay potion off of the dark web and he made his friend drink it, and then this happens.
Oh my god!
It might be worth pointing out that when Jay met this dude, Jay Hills was a minor and Jay was in his late 20s. And I don't know if Jay Hills was a minor when they filmed this particular video. But that's not a good look. Like, it wouldn't be a good look either way, but it's definitely not a good look now. So I think I've sufficiently established that Jay is a scumbag. His channel should be terminated with extreme prejudice, and he's abusing his platform of mostly children for, at the very least, personal gain, but probably something a lot more sinister. And all of that is only possible because YouTube not only tolerates it, but actively encourages this sort of behavior. That's why so many YouTube personalities get outed as creeps, everyone from Pro Jared to Onision to Thoughtslime, who allegedly has had some sort of dark pact with eyeball lords from beyond the void. Hello and welcome to the Eyeball Zone. This video has made me less informed about how the world works just by making it. I need some books to get my brain correct. Luckily, the Sweetgrass Socialist Collective has me covered. They've got all sorts of left-out classics done up as audiobooks that you can download for free of charge. Heck, you can even record some and submit them. They need your help if you've got audio equipment. Might I recommend listening to A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn? That book is what we in the biz call a spicy meatball. Check out their Twitter and access the library from links in the description. But do you have an explicitly leftist project you'd like to abandon to the mercy of eyeballs? Send exactly one email to thoughtslimeeditor@gmail.com with the word eyeballs somewhere in the subject line and pertinent details like your pronouns. And maybe you will find there is no escape and there is no hope here within the eyeball zone. Everything about this walking skin tag is the result of YouTube's culture and policies shaping us all of us who produce videos on this website, into little J-stations. J-Station is the id of the YouTube algorithm, whose presence in the lives of all YouTubers is to attempt to make them as vacuous, abrasive, and manipulative as possible. To chase clicks at the expense of quality of work and dignity, to be hashtag relatable, but also hashtag goals. Take, for example, the way that Jay manipulates people into hitting the like button.
Smash the like button on this video. Every like on this video is a prayer for Mac Miller, his friends, or his...
Yup, okay, that makes sense. God himself will receive your likes as a prayer for the recently deceased. You're not doing it for Jay's sole benefit. No. It's for the immortal soul of popular rappers before they are judged by Frog Jesus. Very few YouTubers go to the lengths that Jay does to get likes, but all of us do try to get them. Not because we want them. I seldom, if ever, even check my likes and dislikes, but because YouTube incentivizes us to get them by rewarding us with better placement in the algorithm. It's a very clear example of the way that YouTube's incentives guide almost all content on the platform. Every YouTuber will try their best to get you to hit that button, and YouTube does not care how manipulative your methods are. Now, personally, I would never emotionally manipulate someone in this way. I only use my likes, comments, subscriptions, and Patreon donations to feed Grumbletum, the lovable woodland critter who gobbles up all my analytics. I love him so much, and I don't want him to go hungry, otherwise I wouldn't even trouble you guys with it, but he really needs them. Want to know why Jay chooses such asinine subjects for his videos? Because those are things kids search for. Minecraft, SpongeBob, cartoons, Five Nights at Freddy's, For Real Friends, Hatchimals, Jake Paul. All things only children care about. Children are the most lucrative demographic on YouTube because they have nothing but time to watch your videos. Because they have nothing to do with their time, and their parents are probably working 2 jobs each and aren't around to stop them. Also, they have no taste, so you don't gotta work too hard to impress them. If you know a child beneath the age of 10, you know how easily transfixed they are by algorithmically derived manipulative YouTube garbage. My niece goes absolutely apeshit for this channel called Dave and Ava, and sure, a lot of it seems like it's educational because there's ABCs and 1, 2, 3s floating around in the cartoon nonsense. But really, it's just blasting a child's synapses with loud noises and bright colors to keep them watching for as long as possible. In some of their videos, this little mouse comes out and says that he hid an object somewhere in the video and encourages you to comment when you find it. Comments, you might have guessed, give the same algorithmic boost as likes, but kids don't know nothing about what the fucking algorithm is. They don't know any of that. They just see the funny little mouse tell them what to do, so they do it. Want to know why Jay's thumbnails almost never feature stuff that's actually in the video? He didn't buy the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth on the dark web. He bought a shitty puppet from Kmart. They didn't find Wrinkles the Clown in an abandoned theme park. They filmed a guy in a cheap shitty clown suit in Canada's Wonderland. Well, most likely they filmed those things separately and pretended like they happened at the same time, but you get the idea. His thumbnails don't match the videos. And he does that because he needs to maintain a high click-through rate. Anyone who sees his thumbnail should want to click it. So he makes sure to add all sorts of arrows and circles, because you see that circle and it's like, yo, what's he circling? Why is that important? I gotta watch this video to find out why the thing in the circle is important. Then you watch it and it's not relevant at all, but you already watched it, so who cares? And they all have these action lines, like they're all whooshing at you, like whoosh, here comes evil Sonic the Hedgehog. They all have big bold lettering in bright red, which can say just about anything and it makes it seem like an important detail. Oh, it's 3 a.m.? Well, now I gotta watch it to find out why 3 a.m. is important. Same way with his titles. They're always repetitive, so even if, say, you're not a strong reader, or your mind isn't fully developed yet, or you're only sort of paying attention because you're a child with a child's attention span, you understand what it is and why you should click on it. He always puts the words "gone wrong" in the titles because it implies, without saying, that he's going to get hurt, and everyone wants to see him get hurt. Look at his face. But he never gets hurt, not for real. So don't bother watching. It's worth noting that everyone kinda does this. I'm sure I'm going to use some sort of variation of the phrase, the worst YouTuber, or the worst guy on YouTube in my title. Is JStation the worst person on YouTube? I mean, it's a pretty low bar to clear, but no. There are Nazis on this website, there are vaccine denialists on this website, major corporations and police departments have YouTube accounts, and the world's greatest criminal has a YouTube account. I'm referring, of course, to the scoundrel and fiend, Big Joel. But worst YouTuber is a lot more clickable than, check out this shitty guy. Watch my video about a shitty guy. Even Jay's irritating line delivery, the horrible sound effects, the constant amped up, guys, this is so crazy, guys, everything is so crazy. That's all done to keep people watching. One of the most important metrics of a YouTube video is viewer retention. That's why Jay never shuts up. Because if he did, maybe his audience of mostly preteens would get bored and go vape outside or floss dance or whatever the fuck kids do. Summoning recently dead celebrities with a Ouija board? Well, their names are all over the place. It's something trending. It's something people are searching for. That's going to help your placement in the algorithm. Sure, it's going to piss everyone off, but AdSense doesn't give a shit why people are watching and engaging with your videos. If they're doing it just to call you an asshole, then that's just as profitable. If you can stir up controversy, it'll only ever benefit you. And then all you have to do is cry some crocodile tears and a sizable amount of people will just buy it. Even his alleged inappropriate behavior with minors is only possible because of the way that YouTube encourages its creators to behave. You want to be relatable, you want people to feel like they could be your friend. You don't so much care if they enjoy your work, that's fine I guess, but to truly build a loyal fan base, you have to connect with your audience so that even if your work is dog shit, they'll watch it because they like you. Sorry, did that sound cynical? Sometimes I say stuff in a very cynical way. Why don't we hear it in the sanitized way the YouTube Creator Academy phrases it?
Creators find that the more they give their audience, the more their audience gives back to them. Think of it like having a conversation with a friend, or 1,000 of them. As you start to connect more with your audience, remember that building relationships online takes time and energy, just like it does offline. It might be tough to know where to focus that energy, but if you study your fan base, you will begin to figure out the best way to interact with them.
Here's YouTube encouraging creators to form emotional connections with their fan bases. Not to simply engage them through their work, not simply to manage the inevitable parasocial relationships that emerge when you have a public platform, but rather to deliberately cultivate and exploit them. Now I ask you, if you've been watching my videos for a while, have you ever found yourself thinking, boy, I feel like if I met Thought Slime in real life, we'd be friends. And look, connecting with a fan base on its own isn't predatory. It's fine to be friendly. But when there's literally zero oversight, it means that predators take advantage of that dynamic. They'll manipulate that trust, which is why the best advice I can give you or anyone is that if you meet someone with a YouTube channel, do not ever, under any circumstances, have sex with them. Trust me, it wouldn't be good sex anyway. They'd get really needy afterwards and pester you like, oh, if you had a good orgasm, smash that like button. JStation is one of the most contemptible figures on this platform, full of contemptible figures. I think anyone who sees his behavior would agree that he's exactly the kind of person that we don't want getting fame or attention or any sort of power. But the way that YouTube organizes itself makes figures like Jay inevitable, and that makes a lot of money for YouTube. Jay makes somewhere between $60K and $969K a year, according to Social Blade. Imagine the money YouTube is getting from this bullshit. Jay has figured out a formula that manipulates the algorithm so successfully that other people are literally just making the same videos as him. And they're getting huge successes from that, just doing the same video as someone else. Meet Stromedy, the guy who makes Jay's video again, and has 1 million subscribers. Meet Luxury Dark, the guys who make Jay's video again, and have 1 million subscribers. Meet Jester, the guy who makes Jay's video again, and he has 3 million subscribers. That's more than 30 times the amount of subscribers I have. This is starting to feel like an episode of Black Mirror, but it's not. It's the state of the media right now. This is what your children will grow up watching if nihilistically greedy corporations keep getting to dictate what is and is not popular based on what they have algorithmically determined to be the most profitable for them personally. Thank you for watching this video about the terrible YouTuber Jay Station. I'm very sorry to have introduced you to him. I do want you to hit the like and subscribe buttons because of all of the stuff I said in this video. And also ring that little bell and do all the things underneath the bell, because Jesus, YouTube just does not want, doesn't want videos that, doesn't want your subscription, because Jesus, YouTube just does not want your subscriptions showing up in your video feed. You can also catch me live streaming every 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/thoughtslime. If you like this video, then you can find more of my content at youtube.com/scaredycatstv, which is my second channel where I talk about horror movies. Right now, going through the entire Witchmaster franchise. That's been a lot of fun. I will not be including links to Jay Station's videos in the description. Normally I like to cite my sources, but I don't want to do anything to promote this piece of human garbage.